Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome to this class. Congratulations for joining. I'm very glad and excited that you have decided to spend 10 or 15 minutes here with me because I'm basically going to show you top 5 Instagram strategies to build your brand. They are very simple, very effective. Some of them you might know already, but you don't apply them into your business because behind every successful strategy, there is consistency and work from your behalf. Okay, these are simple things. A lot of people know about them, but they don't apply them. The whole idea is to see them in a different light, something that can actually build your brand, and if you apply them you will actually have very good results. So let's dive into the actual information. Now, the first strategy that we will talk about today is giving special promotions and offers to your followers, especially when you are just starting out to build your brand. Now, why is this very important? I know that this might sound like a cliche and like something very simple, but it works very well and a lot of businesses are not using it. So when you are creating a new brand, okay, you can announce all of your clients, all of your customers, and this is very important. Practically you can go to your Facebook page, you can even connect your Instagram to your Facebook page and your Facebook profile, and that is highly recommended because that way you can cross promote content on both of the platforms. But the whole idea is to announce your new Instagram brand account to your customers and followers from other social media platforms and give them special discounts if they follow you. That's a very good way to start to build your following on Instagram because you already have customers, you already have followers probably on your Facebook page, on your Twitter account, or on Pinterest, or whatever other platforms you use, maybe even YouTube, okay? And it's a very good idea to take those followers from those platforms to also follow you on Instagram. That's a good way to kickstart your brand building and your account activity on Instagram. Now, what you can do, okay, another example, you can organize a special promotion, okay, for your following using specific hashtags that you can follow after that with your brand. For example, if your brand is called My Brand, you can use a hashtag like hashtag My Brand Today, okay? And you can ask people to post something on their accounts related to your brand, to add the hashtag and to mention your account, your brand account in that post. That way all of their friends will see your brand account and a part of them will probably enter and follow you. And you can also offer them a special discount because practically they spread the word, okay, about your brand. So that's about it. That's a good strategy to kickstart, because just think about it. If you have, like, let's say 300 followers from all of your customers and other people that are following you on Facebook or on YouTube or on Pinterest, if all of them start to do this, okay, and practically they mention you on their Instagram account, then a lot of their friends, which are probably hundreds or even thousands, will see you there mentioned, your brand mentioned there. And definitely, even if just 10% of them will follow you, that will mean a couple of hundred plus followers for you that are somehow, let's say, trustworthy and dedicated because they come through a trust channel, okay? They come through a friend that trusts your brand, and it's a transfer of trust there, okay? So this is a very good strategy to kickstart your following on Instagram. Now let's see the second strategy. Always respond to notifications and give shout outs to followers. There are a lot of people who make all their Instagram activity and a lot of brands very automatic, on autopilot. It's nothing wrong with that, to use different apps. Actually, this is a strategy we will talk about later, to use apps to cut down your time spent on Instagram or to be easier for you to manage your Instagram account. But the whole idea is also to be interactive. That is why it's social media, and that is why Instagram is a social media channel, okay? So you need to be interactive with people. It's a channel for you to communicate with your audience, with your potential customers, to take feedback from them, okay, to turn potential customers into actual buyers for your business. That's the whole idea, but you need to communicate with them in order to be able to do that, okay? So it's very important to respond to all of your notifications and comments from from all the people, okay, to your posts, to your stories, to your videos, to everything that you have. Give thanks to your followers for their likes, for their comments, for their tags, okay? This will also give a human side to your brand, okay? It will look much more natural in front of your buyers, in front of your audience, okay? You will be much more trustworthy and you will be closer to your audience, okay? You'll be like a friend to them. Actively follow other users and like their posts, be interactive, just like a normal user would do, okay? Not a brand, like a normal user, like a human, okay? It would enter different accounts, like their friends' photos, okay? Give comments. You have to act just like a normal person, okay? Share your followers' content if they posted something related to your brand. So there are a lot of people, for example, let's say for Starbucks, that I don't know, they are making photos, selfies of themselves drinking their coffee at Starbucks, or in funny situations or other things like that. If you find anything like that, and it would be very good if you are attentive at images and posts like that, if you have a big brand or if you have a brand where you know people are doing this type of images of posts, you have to be very attentive at that, and because it's something very powerful that you can follow, okay? It builds social proof, it builds credibility. People actually see other people using your brand, so this is very, very important. There's a lot of social proof and testimonials in that type of a post, okay? And what you have to do is to share your followers' content if they posted something related to your brand, okay? Practically to embed it in your own activity on Instagram. And how you can do that? Basically, there are simple apps, for example, like Regram, that you can use to do it faster, okay? I don't know if Regram it's actually available anymore, but there are other apps like that you can use. You can just search for them in the App Store or in the Play Store. You will find something similar to that, okay, that you can use. Now the third strategy, going on, post on a consistent schedule. Now, if you will have a look at all the brands that are very successful on any of the social media platforms that we have now and that are very strong, and we are talking here about Facebook, we are talking about YouTube, we are talking about Pinterest, okay, we are talking maybe about Twitter, you will see that all have a consistent schedule, okay? They don't make a post today and then make another post after 2 weeks and then they remember after a month and make another post, okay? They are pretty consistent in their activity. It's like anything else in life. You have to be consistent to get results. That's how it's with social media. In the beginning, you will have maybe 100 followers. Then you will have 200. Then you will have 300. If you post content that is interesting for your audience, okay, that is valuable, you will see your number of followers growing, and you will see that if you are consistent, you will also see the engagement growing, and that's the most important thing that you are interested in, seeing the engagement growing. That's how you can actually turn your potential customers into buyers. So according to kissmetrics.com, brands have an average of 6 posts per week on Instagram. Okay, that's not a lot, that's not very little as a number, okay? It's average, let's say. In my opinion, it's not much. Okay, you can do better than that and not being aggressive. The whole idea is to remain visible in your followers' feed, but you also don't want to overcrowd them with posts. Just think about it. There's a lot of noise happening in social media right now. Everybody has thousands of friends. Everybody is posting something, is promoting something. You have to be original, you have to have valuable content, but you don't have to be aggressive, okay? So depending on the niche you can go for, you can practically go for more than 6 posts per week. But it depends very much on the niche. You can go even up to 10 posts per week, okay? You can have days when you post like 2 times per day. There's no problem for some niches in doing that. For other niches where everybody practically posts consistently, you don't have to go so far, okay? Another very important thing in order to create a schedule for your content is to analyze your stats and see which is the time of the day in which you get the most engagement for your posts, and post only then, okay? This is very important. So after you have like 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks already of activity, you can make like an observation, see which is the time when you get the most engagement in the day and try to post only in that time. And this has two advantages. You will get the maximum engagement that you can from your actual following, and second, you will get your following to be let's say to be somehow acquainted to the fact that you will send them post to a certain hour. Okay, it will be like a schedule for them too. They know that at 3 p.m. they will see a post from your brand on Instagram and they will look at it or something like that. Okay, they will be practically, it will be like a habit for them too, so you get them used to something. Okay, try to use, this is like a test that you can do, try to use the late night post to see if you get engagement. Okay, just like commercials on TV in the middle of the night, your posts can be more visible because there is nothing else that can distract your followers in the middle of the night. So because the activity, the general activity is much lower in the middle of the night, you can try to make some posts to see if you get engagement, because normally people are still active on social media late till the middle of the night. Okay, and you can try to reach them then because there's less noise in the middle of the night. Okay, there is less activity. Let's go to the fourth strategy. Exactly as I've told you before, you can use apps to enhance your results and cut down the time spent, but you don't have to exaggerate with this. Okay, only use the apps to enhance the results and to enhance your productivity on Instagram, but you still have to be interactive with your audience. So what you can do is use apps like Latergram and Schedulegram to organize your content. Okay, maybe you have some posts that you know you will make anyway, and you can schedule them in the future to the exact time you want them to be published. It's a very good idea to be somehow organized and to spend the other time that you have on responding to comments, okay, being interactive with other people, following them, liking them, or other things like that. Latergram, for example, is free for up to 30 posts per month, and if we take the average of 6 posts per week from Kissmetrics, you are practically in that range. And Schedulegram costs about $20 per month per account, but if you are really dedicated to building a huge brand on Instagram, that's not a big amount. Okay, it's definitely worth it. You can also, for example, if you want to sell directly on Instagram, and this is very important, you probably want to do that, you can use apps like to buy to sell your products. This is very useful, as I've told you, if you have already built a big following and you want to sell them directly from Instagram. Okay, practically apps like to buy, and it's not the only one, you can search for similar apps, are closing that gap that it's made because of that link. The only link that you can have on Instagram is in your bio, as you already know, and you cannot promote a product and put a link in the caption. Okay, and that's a big disadvantage for a lot of online shops, online brands, and other things like that, because they always have to find a solution to selling that product somehow different. Okay, directioning people through that link from the bio, and sometimes that doesn't work, and apps like to buy are solving that problem. Okay, you can test it out. Now, strategy number 5, and this is the last one: combine the type of media you use for your posts. When it first started out, Instagram was only known for images. Okay, and they basically added in time, step by step, the options to add videos and stories. Obviously, there are we are talking about a period of time of a couple of years now, and it's obviously that things evolved. Okay, video became a huge thing in the internet marketing arena. Okay, and a lot of traffic comes from video. Also, stories are starting to be very interesting for this part of social media, and you want to combine all this type of media that you have now at your disposal to send a more powerful message and to engage your audience more than ever before, because you have the opportunity now to do that. Okay, for example, you can also post videos to be more interactive and communicate better with your audience. The big advantages of videos are that they are a huge trend online right now, as I've told you previously, and that is because they are more natural and they build more credibility. Okay, people actually see somebody in action, they can see a person, they can see a short video from behind the scenes at an event that you have, they can see a product launch, they can see a product review, how to use one of your products, or any type of videos like that. They can see some of your employees, they can see testimonials, okay, for your brand from different clients and so on. Okay, and you can also use stories to share insights from different events. You can probably think, if you can make a plan, if you have an event in a certain period of time, maybe in a certain day, okay, for your industry, you can dedicate that day on your Instagram activity to create a story with that event. Okay, that's a very good idea. Okay, or for product launches, when you organize a product launch, okay, that you have, or even let's say you can create a story from your office. Maybe you move your offices into a bigger space. Okay, you can create a story in that day, okay, and show everybody in the story, videos, okay, posts, images, and everything like that. Okay, it will be much more natural for people. It will build credibility and trust, and they will perceive you much closer to them, okay, to your audience. And finally, that's the thing that you want, okay, because if you build engagement, you will be able to turn them into loyal customers, and that's the whole idea. Okay, now guys, these were the 5 strategies that I wanted to share with you for building your brand on Instagram. As you can see, probably some of them you knew them already, maybe you didn't apply them. They are simple to apply. If you are consistent in using them, you will get very, very good results. I'm sure about that.